So we are into the new month. So we're into October. October is my favorite time of year. There's something about October that feels, I don't know, it's almost like there's an acceleration that starts to come up, and the feeling of accelerating towards the end of the year, that feeling, right? It's like, oh my gosh, it's the last quarter of the year. It's this, it's a, the weather is starting to get cool. Christmas is right around the corner. It's like all of these different things. Like there's this holiday tink, 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 tink that just kind of seems to happen. And there is like this feeling of acceleration. And we don't get that really for the rest of the year. We'll go into January and it's like March feels like it's forever, right? But when, for whatever reason, we get into October and December feels like it's in an hour. So there's just something about this time of year that really, like a push of some sort. With that being said, I do love this time of year more than anything. I've been walking around in my neighborhood and seeing that people are really excited about Halloween. I'm really always wondering where people have all the storage for that much holiday merriment, like where do you store big, huge plastic pumpkins and like a 16-foot tall scarecrow, and like where does that stuff go? But people are into it, man. They're like, so it's fun to walk around and look at. And so this month is the month of, we're starting to talk about integration. So I have the moon bowls because even though the full moon officially was last night, we're still really close. We're at like 98% in our waning time. But the moon bowls are interesting because in theory, they're supposed to have been made on the full moon. So they should really be played on the full moon. And there's something about full moon energy that's really interesting. So we have, I've talked about this a million times. So for those of you who have been coming for a long time and you've heard me say all these things, I apologize. But, hospitals put on extra staff during full moons. The police department puts on extra staff during full moons. Like there's just these things that like people know that there's like a difference in the energy. And it was funny because my husband had said the day before the full moon, he was like, phew, we made it to the full moon, and like it ain't over yet. And so, and then sure enough, there was like a weird energy that shows up, And so pay attention because your body is more water than anything else. And if you go to the ocean or a lake or anywhere else, the water is actually going to be higher. There's going to be a higher rise to the water. And since we're more water than anything else, we're going to be the same. We're just going to be weird. And it just is. And so it's always a time to give ourselves a lot of grace. It's always time to give other people a lot of grace, which can be really difficult because they can be, maybe a little bit more aggressive in their driving or whatever the case may be. But it's a time for grace, always a time for grace. So we should give grace all the time, but it's extra time for grace. And we just look at the sky and it's like, okay, it's that lady up there and she's making me cray cray, and that's all right. So when we think about integrating, and how we're going to, like, how do we integrate that energy? How do we take the energy from the moon and integrate it into the things that we need to do? Going back to what I was starting to say about moon energy as well, that is really interesting, is it's also like, so we hit this pinnacle of the full moon and this enormous energy, and there's a lot of almost like, we love to look at it, right? It's kind of like this beautiful ball that just captivates us, right? And especially when it's coming up, and probably everybody in this room is like down to like, what time's the moon coming up, and like try to watch it, right? And so we can see, is it going to be orange? Is it going to be like this big, huge thing? And so it's almost like it's dazzling at this time, right? And it's this beautiful focal point that we can't help but look at. And then it starts to get reduced and reduced and reduced until it is nothing. And so this is one of the things that I used to encourage us to do, and I still encourage it. It's like we have this time of like, what am I shedding? What am I letting go of? And that's a good thing to contemplate. It's a good thing to contemplate. What can I get rid of? What's not serving me? What do I hang so tight onto in my importantness, like the shining of the moon, that I can start to kind of get rid of a little bit and start to peel away, right? And so as we do our meditation tonight, and as you listen to the bowls play, that's my encouragement for you, is like, what can I just like what can leave me? What can leave me today? Am I a little quick to temper sometimes? Am I a little like intolerant of people? Maybe the way that they drive, maybe the way that, in the grocery store or whatever. I don't know if anybody else has anxiety when they go to Costco or if that's just a me thing, but like, I just get into the parking lot and I'm instantly like, everything in my body is like, hey, I gotta find somewhere to park. And I gotta like, oh, okay, you get to go first. Okay, it's all right. And then I'm like, maybe that's a spot way over there. Oh no, okay, you get to take that spot too. And so like, it's just this like massive load of anxiety. And then you go to get a cart and everybody's like herding up there, and you gotta show her a cart. I don't know what the whole thing, I feel like it's preparing us for the next life as we all come back like cows and we just get to go and go to the slaughter. Like, that's what it feels like. It's just like this thing. It is the worst. And so when I'm in there and I get shocked the whole time. I don't know why. My hands, when I touch the metal part of the buggy, my hands get shocked the whole time. I'm like, this is indicative of exactly what's going on in my entire central nervous system as I'm in there. Somebody accidentally bumped their cart into my bottom and they shocked my butt. And it was so sad. It's like I can't get away from it. It's the whole thing until I go to leave, and then I'm waiting in line patiently for them to like look at my receipt and tell me, what are you telling me? That thank you, congratulations, you spent too much money. So it's like this, it's so much, right? And then I have to get into my car and I have to like go through that process again and try to leave the parking lot. And it's like, it's the worst. And so when these things come up, it's like, I want to be more patient. I want to have more patience with that whole process, with every last person, from the people fighting for the parking spaces to the people racing in the door and the people like cutting me off all over the place. Like, that would be something for me that I would love to be able to have, is maybe how can I let go of that and maybe just pretend like nobody's in the store at all and just kind of cruise through and let go of my anxiety in that. So that's my example for this week. You guys, I'm sure, have your own things, that drive you crazy. And then as we're coming into this point, so this whole month is about integration. So I'm really excited that the full moon was right now so that we could play these bowls, so we could go into this state of integration. And what does that mean to integrate things? So tonight we shed and we allow whatever is not serving us to go, so that, and we just think about it energetically. You don't have to be like solid on it. It's not like you have to leave and you're a brand new person when you walk out the door. That'd be super cool. And sometimes that happens, and I'm not gonna say that it can't, but we get back into our old, I call them comfortable shoes. We put on our comfortable shoes, our patterns and our trained behaviors. But little by little, it's like these little sparks kind of start to come into us to be able to give us the ability to start to act differently, think differently, move differently, react differently. That's the biggest thing, is how do we react differently to each situation. So who's never meditated in this room? Oh, okay, super cool. You're sitting perfect, so just stay like that. You'll be absolutely perfect. If you don't feel like you're comfortable in your skin, you can lie down, because I'm playing these bowls. But if you can sit in this and you can just allow this central channel to be like elevated, so that you can just feel the lift of the bowls through your body, I think you'll be pleased. Okay? So Quentin's gonna shut. Quint, I hate to bother you. Would you please get me a bottle of water? Thank you.
To make people this week. I won't throw it.
I appreciate that. Quentin and I are not athletically inclined people. I live with very athletically inclined human, and I watch him do things, and I'm always like, that's so cool. You just say you're going to hit that basket or you're going to hit that sign, and you do it every time. It just blows my mind, and I can't. Like, it is, yeah. All right, so sitting up nice and tall and just kind of centering in with your breath. So your eyes are nice and soft and relaxed as they close. And then, if it's a struggle to keep your eyes closed, you can also leave them open and just stare at a focal point on the floor. Sometimes when I'm doing my morning meditation, I kind of hit a moment where I feel like I want to open up my eyes, and I do for a moment, and I just find something to stare at, and then I go back inside again. So give yourself that liberty. Don't feel like you can't do that or you're doing something wrong if it feels right to keep your eyes open for a moment. So let's all take a nice deep breath in together. Inhale, 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 inhale. An audible exhale out. It's so nice because you can feel that. It's almost like everybody gets to help carry one another through on that sense of ease. Let's do that again. Inhale, 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 inhale. Audible exhale out. So nice. It's like a friendly bath to your central nervous system provided by everybody. Just really zero in on your breathing right now. Allow yourself to be dialed into your inhales and your exhales. Feeling the rise and the fall of your chest and your belly. If it's available to you and if it feels right for you, you can bring your imaginary gaze point up to where you think your third eye is. It's a little bit, usually a little bit above between your eyebrows, and then in about 1.5 to 2 inches. Just allowing those inhales and exhales to continue nice and smooth. It's almost like if I could just enjoy that breath so much, each molecule of air coming in and each molecule going out. So we're just going to, all you need to do tonight is just set one simple focus of your intention, which is that I'm just going to let go of what doesn't serve me. And if you don't have one specific thing, you can even just let that statement be your meditation. It's like whatever doesn't serve me, I trust my higher self to guide me through moment by moment of recognizing what doesn't serve me, and I'm committing that I'm safe to let that go. And I'm just going to let it fall off of me, just like the trees that lose their leaves in the fall. Just allow that to kind of settle into your nervous system a little bit. The leaves that fall from the trees go into the ground and they create almost like a mulch, beautiful mulch for the next season. And as we let go of ill temperaments or tendencies that have cropped up and bloomed in our life, and we let those fall to the earth, and we know that they'll be recycled and turned into something really beautiful. And put nutrients back into your soil for the next time you face whatever those situations are that come up, so you can do better. Start to allow a little bit of movement in your body, trying not to pop open with your eyes right away, and just come back online slowly and peacefully. Okay. So we have a couple things coming up this month that are really notable. There's an art class that we have this Sunday, and so there's kids yoga on Saturday, and then on Sunday there's an art class, and I think it starts at 1 o'clock in the afternoon and goes until like 2:30. So Maria does these art classes, and they're the reason why I have her come back is because I'm all about like all forms of healing, like everything healing. That's why we have this place. It's called ZenLife Center for Healing. When I bought the studio, it was just called ZenLife Yoga, and I changed the name. I changed it to ZenLife Center for Healing, and I couldn't decide how I wanted it. Did I want it like Center for Healing or Center of Healing, or, you know, but I just knew that I really wanted it to be like a healing center. And so everything that we do starts with that as the foundation, and then we grow from that. So I have Maria come back to teach these art classes because the first time I took one of those art classes, I was like, I've never used this as a medium for healing. And it was so powerful. And so I saved the picture, and it was last year, I think, was the first time that we had her, and I was kind of going through like a weird time last year, and I saved that picture, and I can look back at it and I can see kind of like my stuff like that was ugly turn into something beautiful, which is like metaphoric for everything that we go through in life. And so those and it's like, it's super cheap. I think it's like $35, and she's got all the supplies and everything. So please sign up for that, because it really is like, it's just a really, really cool process. And I'm excited to see what she has planned for us for October. Then we have the Goddess Circle coming up next week, and that's offered by Amanda Sanchez. And then this is the last Reiki attunement of the year, and it is the weekend of the 24th, the 25th, and the 26th. The October Reiki attunement is my favorite Reiki attunement. I don't know why. I think it's because it's October and it's cool outside, and I don't have to fight with the air conditioning in the studio, and it's just nice, and everything is fun. But there's just something fun. It's always like my favorite attunement. If that is something that you are interested in, if you're like, what does that mean to be a Reiki practitioner, or what would I do? please, feel free to ask anybody here that works at the center. You can ask Rob, you can ask Dawn, you can ask Paige, you can ask Quint, you can ask me, you can ask Tamara. So it's just a cool, Tamara, it's cool group of humans. It's just nice. It's like this little cool, so there's sub-levels of families within the studio. And I remember when Wendy got Reiki attuned, she's like, there's a whole community that I didn't know anything about. And I'm like, that's right. And it's the Reiki community, just like the meditation community and the book club and the hiking club. Oh, hike. Quentin, I forgot. That's next week. It's the following weekend.
Next Saturday.
It's next Saturday.
Yeah, so not this Saturday, next
Correct,
Saturday.
yes.
Yeah. I didn't think about that. I was like, oh my God.
Arnett Canyon.
Yeah, and I actually went and hiked it this last Saturday because, Superior got a lot of rain, and so I want to see. And it's just, the gate to the National Forest has been blown down, and there's some mud, but other than that, by the time
It'll be done. It'll be dry.
And I think they actually just went through and trimmed the trails because everything was cut back. There was a down tree that you have to climb over, but other than that, it's pretty mild.
Yeah. And if you've not been to Arnett Canyon, I would encourage anybody who can go, please try to go to that hike. It is lovely. You don't even realize you're like this close to the valley. And there's like these trees and it's like a wonderland. It's like I picture fairies to be all over the place. They're probably there.
8 a.m. there. We are going to be offering carpooling for this, but we'll be meeting here at 7 a.m. If you're interested, book now on Moments, and then about 3 or 4 days beforehand, I'm going to be sending out messages to just confirm who wanted to carpool, who's just planning on meeting us there.
Yeah. Okay. All right, everybody. We will see you all next week. What's that? Oh, Reiki Share, yes. Sorry, Reiki Share. And then the Reiki Share is a donation-based. Sometimes I get nervous saying about Reiki Share because I never know how many Reiki practitioners are going to show up because it's an all-volunteer army. And so that's my, know that if you do become a Reiki practitioner, you get to be part of that volunteer army. And it is really nice, actually. It's like once a month, everybody gets together and all the Reiki practitioners get to work on each other. And, it's really, really cool. So, and that is from 2:30 to 4. And again, it's donation based. So, okie dokie, artichokes. I am complete. I'll see y'all next week. Thank you. Just leave.